on Monday night. Um, if you're rewatching this, I would just jump forward to about the 3 or 4 minute mark. We get a few people in here, we'll get going. Been a little under the weather this weekend, so missed out on the lives on Saturday and Sunday, but we're back. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. I think all the good football teams got beat this weekend. What's up, G? It was a week of underdogs in football. Don't really have much to say tonight. Just wanted to tap in with everybody since I haven't been on. Watched a little football, a little under the weather this weekend. So, did they? When I turned it off, I thought they were already in victory formation. It was like 2 minutes left. What happened? They fumbled or something? My son was telling me that the Falcons won. Hey, Coco. Yeah, so a lot of upsets this week for sure. Just about all the good teams got beat, or alleged good teams. Some of the teams I didn't think were going to be good are looking that way now. So that's football for you, though. Still bang bang Niner gang on mine, though. For some reason, Minnesota tends to give us trouble in the regular season. But we'll see how things go. I know they said Debo's going to be out for a few weeks now, too. So a lot of injuries going on. But, yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome in. They chose to throw the ball on third down. Barkley dropped the pass, but they should have ran it. Clock would have kept ticking. Yeah, I don't understand why they would have done that. I don't know. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Do me a favor, hit that like button while you're in here if you would. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Talking about a little bit of football right now. Was a little under the weather this weekend, so don't really have anything, going on. Cousins drive the Falcons down the field with no timeouts to win it. Wow, that's crazy. So, looks like we got 29 in here. Go ahead and smash that like button for me if you would, guys. Really helps to get the algorithm going. The channel's about sobriety and some of the things I did in my addiction. And I know Metallica. Some of the places addiction took me before I finally got clean. I've been clean 20 years now, but like 2-1 subscribe 7. I did the 12 steps, Joey. Thank you. I did that early on, and fucking G. But I'm not part of the program anymore. I was there for a couple of years, and I gathered all the tools I needed basically, and continue to use those today. But we're talking a little bit of football. Put your team in the chat. Let's see who we got in here. I'm a 49er. We had a rough week. Debo got injured. John Ross says the Saints. Man, you guys are you guys are on fire out the gate, bro. Two really good games in a row. And you guys are putting up points, man. Derek Carr looks good. We got Commanders. I'm coming here. I was just wondering if you have any advice on achieving an LSU fan. Nice. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about tonight. Carr will fall off like he always does. We'll see. I don't know. The Raiders look pretty good too, knocking off the Ravens. Obviously, I mean, Carr ain't there anymore, but it's he's doing good in the system he's in right now. It looks like, Yeah, so I went and smugged my car today and ended up over at the DMV trying to get this thing caught up on registration fees. And I was looking at the list of taxes. Jesus Christ, everybody and their mother gets a piece of that registration money. Like, I can't believe it. Him and Rashid Shaheed are done. Yeah, they're killing it. They're really on fire right now. So I thought the Cowboys was going to be a good test for them to see what they were really about, but man, they just pretty much told the Cowboys to step aside and hold their beer. So I thought the Niners would be able to handle the Vikings and Sam Darnold, our old quarterback, but hey, I guess going to Minnesota is tough. We haven't won there in like 30 years, so it's a trip. Some teams just play other teams really well. I remember back in the 80s and 90s, the Rams used to always give us shit, even when we were in our dynasty years. But yeah, kind of a rough weekend. Yeah, haven't been feeling too good. Feeling a little better today, but I don't know about that. Gee, McCaffrey's a beast, though. I'm not taking anything away from that dude. Him being out really hurts the squad, but because he's multi-dimensional, whether he's coming out of the backfield or lining up in the slot, like dude's great, he's going to be a Hall of Famer someday, I think. But Fred Warner had a Hall of Fame game. Like, he was flying all over the place. I was really impressed with him. But Warner's always been a beast. He just really was putting it down in that one. Bosa had a good game too. But and Debo got a calf strain, so yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. It's not a lot of injuries, but there's a lot of injuries in the league right now too, so that doesn't help. But yeah, we got the Rams next, so I was kind of happy to see that because they're really beat up. Cooper Kupp's out, Puka Nakua, their O-line's beat up. I mean, yeah, that was they got it rough right now. They got it real rough. Arizona's looking good though. Man, they're playing some good ball. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a beast. But yeah, so looks like Joel's in the chat. I look like a pro arm wrestler. That's funny. No, not that. But yeah, hope everybody's off. Week is off to a good start. Um, you know, I'm gonna be trying to work on getting some more content out on the channel. Uh, thanks, Mona. Mona says make sure to like the live while you're in here. I appreciate it. You look like a pro eater. Wow. Yeah, I was feeling all beat up this weekend. Feeling a little better today, but I was gonna get on last night, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. You know. Uh, hey Patrick, with the lives, basically, my channel's about sobriety and getting clean and maintaining sobriety. Uh, you know, we're just kind of bullshitting a little bit here tonight. Like I said, I've been feeling under the weather this weekend, so what's up, MLR 13? He says, how's it going, Bobby? I became a fan of yours after listening to your interview on 16 to Life. Hey, I appreciate that, and shout out to Chill. I enjoy his content. He's cool people. So, and I appreciate you as well. So, yeah, I'm just kind of freestyling it tonight. Don't really have any topics in mind. Talking a little bit about some football, and yeah, I appreciate that, Patrick. Yeah, I'm just I don't know. I almost went to the hospital last night, like I was really going through it, you know. All right, Joel. But yeah, basically, it's all about sobriety, getting clean, maintaining sobriety. Things are just so much better when you're not addicted to something, when you're not dragging that ball and chain around of addiction. Um, you know, I went through that for a long time. Uh, body aches, gee, is like body aches. Like I had, they had to remove part of my gallbladder a couple years ago, and I was getting. It felt like somebody was sitting on my back that time, and this is kind of what that felt like as well. Like just a lot of pressure in my midsection. So I was just I just been chilling the last couple of nights. We went out to some families to watch the Canelo fight, and I couldn't even make it through. I had to call it a night early, but excuse me. Anybody got any ideas for a new video for me to do? Any? If anybody's got any ideas, I would appreciate that. Something I can work on for tomorrow. Project Drive says I have bulging L4, L5. Damn. Yeah, that stuff's painful. And been having some lower back issues myself. I don't know where L4, L5 are at, but that's spinal cord, I'm assuming, in the back, and haven't been to the gym for a couple of days. Just trying to take it easy because I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So, uh, just doing the best I can to maintain. But yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing a lot better today than I was yesterday, to be honest with you. So I think I'll be all right. If not, we'll be going live from the emergency room, I guess. I was actually considering going last night, but like I said, I got some rest and I'm feeling better today. Excuse me. Just like I said, just hanging in there. But hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Jeremy? Right above the tailbone. I smoke a lot of pot that gets me through it. Keeping active and getting light on your feet as possible helps. Yeah. That's another thing. I'm trying to drop a few pounds. My eating habits have like really gone to shit lately. So they don't let you smoke in the hospital if you survive. Last time was the struggle. After the surgery, they told me you got to get up and start walking. That's the only way you're gonna get out of here. So I took my little IV stand and went for a walk out to the parking lot. Hey, that's right, Jeremy. Just enjoying another day out and free and clean. That's right. That's what's up, bro. Yeah, that hospital stay, that was the closest thing to jail I've had in decades at this point. Just being stuck in that hospital room and not being able to go outside. And the funny thing is, watching TV, really that's all you can do. And those fast food commercials, man, that shit flashed me back to being in the pen. How good Carl's Jr. looked all of a sudden. Like, hey, what's up, 87? I was in the hospital for 2 or 3 days. It wasn't nothing too long. I had went into the emergency room and they said, man, we got to get you in for emergency surgery. They did the procedure the next morning, and I think I was out like the day after that, or maybe maybe 2 days after that. But yeah, I was anxious to get out of there. What's up, Roger? How you doing? Yeah, definitely, Jeremy. And the thing is, with institutional food, like they had me on a special diet and all that stuff, and like I just felt like I was starving. I thought I lost 10 pounds while I was in there. But mm, set knife back on the yard. That's funny. So yeah, just yeah, no doubt about it. It looked like a biker version of Patrick Dempsey. Okay. Wow. And yeah, they gave me pain meds when I was in the hospital. I don't think it was morphine. I've had morphine before though. Uh, Morphine was something else. But were you cool with any woods? I ran with the woods when I was in the joint. A box of cakes and a good old spread, right? Man, yeah. Richard Martinez says I started taking black beauties in the 70s, went to meth in the 80s, 88 through 91 worst years took me 6 years and many setbacks to come clean. Now I have an eating problem. Always something. It's always something, bro. No doubt about it. It's always something. Uh, I try to get into the gym 4 or 5 nights a week, and I try to watch what I eat, but it seems like I'm just watching everything I eat. Literally watching as I eat. You know, I mean, it's like I had at one point I was 240, came all the way down to 188. Oh, okay, that's right, Jeremy. That's good stuff, man. It's tough though. Just be strong, bro. Yeah. So it's all starts with the diet though. Like with you can go work out 8 days a week, and if you don't eat right, like yeah, you'll bulk up some, but like my problem is here. Like, oh man, it's crazy. Would I rather freeze to death or die of dehydration in the desert? I would rather do neither. I don't know. That's tough. Yeah. Roger says addiction is hell on earth. Be mentally strong, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be. You have to be. It's one of the worst things you can go through. And like you got to build that foundation in your recovery and surround yourself with people that are like minded, like if you're gonna uh the only way you're gonna be successful is to put people around you that are sober. Yeah. My One of my biggest problems I think was I stopped doing cardio. I kind of got addicted to lifting, and like yeah, fast food can do that too. Gee, definitely. What's your favorite spot? I always like Del Taco. Well, it was Taco Bell early, and then it became Del Taco. Now I don't eat much fast food. Maybe a McDouble once in a while, but yeah, I don't do too much of that anymore. Be sure to subscribe if you guys are new here and check out my playlist. There's tons of videos up that you can watch on. I don't discriminate. That's my problem, right? Whatever's good, huh? Yeah, we just got in and out here up here in Idaho. Oh, okay. In and Out's good. I always liked In and Out as far as burgers go. All right, Jeremy. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. You have a good night and be safe out there. With fallopian fruit. The weed makes you hungry, G. Maybe you should try and step away from the weed for a while. It's not easy though. It's just as addicting as anything else, especially if you're smoking it with them blunt wraps. Those things are laced with nicotine. Those big tobacco companies aren't stupid, I'll tell you. One way or another, they're going to get you. At Del Taco, I like that Macho Combo chicken burrito. That thing was good. That thing was big. And then I stepped it down to the spicy chicken burrito. That was my thing for a while. But yeah, I don't go there much anymore. But yeah. But yeah, we tend to when we give up one addiction, it seems like we always pick up another one. Nah, I'm drinking coffee, bro. I'm gonna order on my way home from work. Yeah, it's tough to just walk away from addiction and not slide into something else. Basically, uh, alcohol became a problem for me when I quit the meth originally. You know, for me, I need something to do all the time, so I volunteer to help folks with grocery runs or any way possible I can help out. My life needs to be meaningful. Yeah, that's good stuff, Roger. Definitely. Like the more we keep ourselves occupied, the easier it is to maintain, I think, Coming Down by Johnny Cash. Used to listen to that song coming down from 5 Day Bender in the streets of San Bernardino. Damn. Yeah, I ran around in San Bernardino for a long time, bro. Yeah, we, yeah, I plenty of stories up about San Bernardino. Uh, all the stuff we got into down there, and like we were cooking for a while. Uh, that ice almost blew up the garage one time, and we're running it out of state for a while. That was interesting. I was young when we were doing that. I was like 17, 18 years old, and we were taking it up to Vegas. And, I thought I was on top of the world at that point in my life, making good money. Bro, why does my favorite rapper have to do this? Who's your favorite rapper? Favorite part of football game is the coin toss with people in the music industry. The music industry's all screwed up right now. I heard earlier, I didn't look into it, but I heard that Diddy got arrested today. Uh, like I said, I didn't look any further into it or confirm it, but he did some messed up things with Jay Z and Diddy early 2010s. Yeah, Slayer or Megadeth. That's more like a GNR kind of guy, or Metallica. But my taste in music is all over the place, though. I like hip hop, oldies, all that stuff. Slayer rules. Yeah, I'm sure I know some of their music, uh, just not off the top of my head. NWA was cool. So, do you think Easy E was killed, or did he really die of HIV or AIDS? There's conspiracies that Suge Knight shot him up with that stuff. I don't know. Don't know about that, but yeah, Jill says he was killed for show. And if you guys are new in here, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. Uh, yeah, more than likely, huh? Yeah, everything is definitely. You be safe as well, Roger. I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Like I said, be sure to subscribe if you're new. Had a cook in Paris, California, had access to uncut, as I can't believe I'm still alive. All my friends are dead or in jail. Yeah. Now I hear you, Richard. Like I got started like in the late '80s, early '90s, and I got plugged in with people that had they had 55-gallon drums of ephedrine. That was before they put all the bans on that stuff. And then I ended up linking up with this guy that was cooking, and it just took off from there. But yeah, those were some wild times, and I myself am lucky to still be here because I did lose a lot of friends as well. Now it's all P2P. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely changed. I don't really know much about what's going on there now. I know it's cheap though. So I've heard people talking about how cheap it is. It's crazy. I don't even know why you would like that. I couldn't hustle in that environment. With eight balls going for like 30, $40. Like, where's the money at? Like, when I was doing it, it was 150, maybe 180 sometimes. Now, like, the stuff is dirt cheap. It seems like every time somebody gets popped, they're getting popped with fucking 20 pounds. Like, the stuff is so plentiful on the streets. What's up, Juan? How you doing, bro? Now, an OZ is that? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't, I just don't get it. And I remember when I was in the game, there'd be times where it would get dry. And, now, like you see the news articles where somebody gets popped with 20 P's, and then a week later, someone else gets popped with 20 P's. And it's like, but the streets don't dry up. Like, it's just so saturated out there. And then with fentanyl and everything, you know, uh, damn, that's crazy. 8-7. But yeah, the game has definitely changed, to caffeine, huh? Interesting. I think you're trolling, 8-7. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was definitely money in that, like I would say like the mid to late 90s, I was getting a quarter pound. It was like 1800, and that was a good price, you know. Uh, Now, like I'm hearing like 400 and $500 for a quarter pound. Jesus Christ! Like it's no wonder people's lives are getting so screwed up on that stuff because it's so readily available. You know, yeah, the stuff was really expensive. Yeah, yeah, I bet uh, this 20K is like five keys now, depending on the. Yeah, that's crazy. It's just gotten it's dirt cheap. Like I said, I don't know how people make money on it. You know, I mean, taking felony chances for a $40 sale, definitely not the business. Definitely not the business anymore. I don't know. I'm well removed from it all, though. Like I just work now. I get on here and do my little videos and stuff, living the family life, got grandkids and everything. Uh, you know, even if there were money in it, it doesn't interest me anymore. It feels good when a cop gets behind me and I'm not stressing. When I leave the house, I know I'm coming back. Like that, those were concerns back then. Like I'm heading out, and am I going to make it back tonight, or am I going to end up in a cell? Don't know. But at the time, it seemed like that was the fast life, right? So nowadays, though, couldn't be further from that, and I'm grateful for that. Like it took yeah, you're right, G. And that fentanyl, is a scary thing too. I mean, I don't know. They say a couple of little particles can overdose you. I don't know. They used to say that about a lot of stuff though back in the day, and it wasn't necessarily the case. But I wouldn't want to take the chance. So I have far too much to lose these days. Yeah, yeah. That meth is bad nowadays. And like I said, it's so readily available. It's so cheap. That I mean, it's crazy. Do me a favor and hit that like button while you're in here, if you would, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. Helps with the algorithm and getting the video out. Yeah, I think you're right, G. It's a whole different ball game these days. So yeah, be on the lookout for a new video in the morning. I'll be working on something here shortly. Uh, yeah, that stuff is really bad. Like I would think you would have to get some medical help to kick that. Kind of like the heroin is, and even in some cases, alcohol are bad like that, where like you need to get medical attention to kick it because the withdrawals are so bad. But yeah, not today, G. Jail is the only way out. I've been there clean 2 years. That's how I got clean, bro. To be honest with you. Uh, like it took several times in jail and eventually a prison term to finally get off of it. To get enough clean time under my belt to where, uh, I knew what I needed to do. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, Richard. I'm a convicted felon. Gee, I can't show you that. But yeah, that I do the same. Uh, I try to tell people. That's kind of the purpose of this channel is to, through the stories that I have of the different stuff that I went through, so that other people don't. Hopefully, they can take something from my mistakes and not make the same mistakes or not make them as bad, anyways. Like every time I would get put in the county jail, I'd always say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. And within a day or two, I was back at it. I don't know if I was more addicted to the hustle, the fast life, or the drugs. You know what I mean? Like it all kind of went hand in hand, and you know, just life seemed boring, not living that lifestyle. Start drinking, trying to stay away from it, but it's fun. Now, I hear you, Lucky. Uh, it's tough, and we learn from the examples that are put in front of us, right? So that's why I say you got to build a strong foundation around you. If you're hanging around a bunch of people that are addicts or alcoholics, chances are you're going to end up being the same. So you got to find some good people to keep company with that aren't doing those sort of things. That way it helps you be more grounded in your sobriety. What's up, Jim? He says, I told an LA County supervisor and advisor on addiction issues that best way to kick was in county jail, and she did not believe me. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it makes it a lot more difficult to get it, you know? And for me, anyways, I can only speak for myself, but like it was available in there. It was just very expensive. And, it wasn't like the streets where you could burn somebody and probably get away with it, Uh, so, it really helped me. And also, like being in LA County Jail, like that's a wild place. Like you got to be on your P's and Q's because shit happens in there, Uh, One Up M says, I was addicted to not being bored and nothing felt better than crime. Such a stupid way to live and so hard to explain the feeling to someone ignorant to the life. Absolutely. Completely agree with you there. Uh, you know, it the whole lifestyle was a rush. EMP, you got to chill. G said it though, but people got to want to change on their own. Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with that statement more. The thing is, if your mom or your wife or your kids want you to get clean, it's not going to matter unless you want to. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can make that decision for you. You have to make that decision. Jim says addicted to drama, addicted to adrenaline. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just some of the stuff, some of the drama that happens while we're out there in our addictions, it's just such a rush. And, you know, when I've been in places where someone starts shooting and it's like, it's a bigger rush than anything, uh, or uh, cops behind you, and boy, that heart starts beating, and you don't end up getting pulled over, and that's a big time high. Like, whew, like that cop was a dumbass. He didn't stop me, when in reality I was the dumbass. But like I said, nowadays I get a sheriff behind me, it don't really mean nothing. Uh, I'm not too worried about it. Richard Martinez says, I quit 1,000 times before I kick it. Had to turn my back on all my friends, got rid of all my guns, bow knives, and all of the things that came with people owing you money. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Same here. And yeah, like I, they say in recovery, it's TLC, it's a total life change. And it's true. You know, like if family's a bad influence, if whoever's a bad influence, you got to cut those bad influences. Even the music I listen to, I stopped listening to rap. I stopped listening to Tupac and the gangster type stuff because it fed into that lifestyle. So, like, I had to, you know, the only thing you got to change is everything, they say. So, but food is what is that? I'd rather be addicted to fast food than drugs, I guess, but it can lead to heart attack or diabetes. Yeah, it's definitely better than the drugs, though, for sure. You know, so yeah, it's a total lifestyle change. Like I had to cut off a lot of my family, and I honestly I don't regret it because a lot of those people are still doing the same things, and here we are 20 years later, and I'm living a better life. You know, I'm do I like goat cheese? No, I don't think so. Sancho del Rancho. I don't think I ever tried it, but yeah, it's just a total life change. Like everything that you were doing, you gotta if it isn't something that's working in a positive direction, you gotta cut it out. And it's not easy. It seems like you're living such a boring life at first. Like, damn, how am I going to continue to do this? But as the people that you used to hang out with continue to go to prison, continue to overdose and do things like that, like you're moving in the right direction. You're moving towards a better life. And I usually try to stream on the weekends. Like I said, I was a little under the weather on Saturday and Sunday, so I just went ahead and tapped in tonight. I usually come on Monday nights, so yeah. Jim says squares get more sleep, perform better on the job. Yep. And usually have a lot more legit money in their pocket as well. I mean, you know, it seemed like when I was out there hustling, every time I would start to get some traction and get ahead a little bit and be making some money and doing some things, uh, I'd end up getting arrested, you know, and somebody told me once, hey, I appreciate that, Richard. Good looking out. It seemed somebody told me, somebody that I knew, he was career in this stuff. Hey, take care, Roger. I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Somebody told me if you get busted, it's because you want to get busted. And to a certain extent, I agree. If you're out there hustling and you're dipping in the sack, then it's only a matter of time. You've already lit the fuse. So it's going to blow up at some point, and you're going to end up in handcuffs. So, but to be honest with you, the way my addiction was, like I needed that break once in a while. I needed to go in those handcuffs so that I could go in and dry out, if you will, clean up, put a few pounds back on, exercise, do stuff like that, get my mind right. And then I would always tell myself I'm not going to do it when I get back out. And I always would. But, eventually, I don't know if it's because the stakes kept rising, but I used for about 16 years, from the late 80s to 2004. And now I've been clean for 20. So what is it? Willing to help her, but you don't want the help. That's unfortunate, G. I'm not sure who you're referring to, but a lot of people appreciate that, chingaderas. In deep addiction, keeps leaving the rehabs for her boyfriend and the fentanyl and her boyfriend addicted too. Maybe she needs to cut the boyfriend off. But the thing is, she's got to be ready. But that's unfortunate that she's lost her kids and stuff. Jake says I've been using off and on since I was 16. I'm 38 now. Yeah, that was pretty much my life, bro. Off and on. A lot of times the off was due to incarceration, to be honest. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of cliches in Narcotics Anonymous about you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's true though, and you got to change the way you look at things. you got to stop romancing the habit. And yeah, that was me too, Richard. Before I ended up going to prison, I had quit doing the meth, and I was drinking a lot. Like a average night was probably a 20 pack of bottles and a pint of whiskey to go with it. So yeah, I went heavy into that. But yeah, that's crazy. Has he been locked up yet? Cannabis. Now I'm clean. Hey, congratulations, Chingaderas. He says, after meth, I used cannabis. Now I'm clean 10 years. That's awesome, bro. Yeah. And Richard's right. Keep trying with it, Jake. Uh, you know, maybe go to a meeting or something, maybe possibly seek out a sponsor and, find some people that are doing it. And, because honestly, the thing is, we didn't just become addicts, we learned to be an addict. People had to teach us the process of how you do this or how you chop up a line or how you pack a bowl or whatever the method was that you used, right? Um, so, we think that we can do it on our own, but we need help. And, the thing is, like, you can go to a meeting, you can find a meeting on Google and just go and listen. That's what I always recommend. Just go and listen. Like, nobody wants to go in and start telling their story right off the top. Just go in and listen and see what other people are talking about and what they're doing to maintain. And eventually, maybe you will be inclined to share your story as well. But, you don't need to. You can just listen to what others are saying. Maybe get one of those Narcotics Anonymous big books and start reading and see how other people did it. Because it's not easy. And like I said, we weren't just born addicts. Like, we had to be taught how to do that stuff. And do I work now? Yeah, I work a full-time job. Um, I work Tuesday through Friday, 10-hour shifts. Damn, I'm really sorry to hear that, Jake. I'll keep you in my prayers, Jake. Absolutely, Jim. You're right. There's a lot of wisdom. Man, there's some really intelligent people that were addicts or alcoholics and ended up getting clean. And the life experiences of these people is way beyond anything uh, you can get out of school. One emphasis on work. Well, that may be debatable. I run circles around people, what I do. Yeah, no problem, Jake. Just try to stay strong, brother. I mean, I've been having bad luck getting a job. It's hard, Chingaderas. To be honest with you, first, just in case you haven't heard my story on this, my first job out of prison, I worked for Liberty Tax in San Bernardino, and I wore a Statue of Liberty outfit and stood out there and shook the sign, and it was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had in my life. But I knew that I needed to generate income to support my family because I had kids at that time, and it was tough. Coming out of prison, having a bunch of ego, Yeah, and the rain and the wind, we could be flooded. It didn't matter. That's right. But sometimes with the job thing, uh, where was that at? Chingadetas. Sometimes with the job thing, the best thing you can do, bro, is just find any job, in any job that you can get any job that you can get, and hold on to it. In the meantime, you're going to continue to put applications at other places that are better jobs, because it always looks better to be applying for a job while employed than unemployed. So you're starting to build that work history, and you're showing you can show up on time, that you can follow instructions and do all of these sort of things. And like it makes it easier. I did the Liberty Tax thing for a couple of months out there during tax season. Then I went on to be a maintenance guy in a senior living community, actually. And I didn't think I had a chance of getting in there. Someone helped me to get in there, you know what I mean? But they seen that I was doing things right, you know what I mean? So I got that, and then I took a stepping stone from that into truck driving. So you know, the thing is, I always hear people say it's hard for people to get a job as a convicted felon. Yeah, it can be. A lot of doors will get slammed in your face. Being you got drugs and stuff on your record, but that's what I'm saying. It's baby steps. You start with what you can get, and then you build from there. And eventually, you're going to end up in a place where you hopefully feel comfortable. I was at Leisure Point in San Bernardino. It's over off of Baseline and Waterman, kind of over between 13th and what is that, Gilbert, I think, a block east. It's like a 120 unit building, and most of the stuff I did was like swapping out air conditioners, lighting a water heater or something, changing a light bulb. Sometimes just residents would put in a request. Are you? Yeah, I'm still a trucker now. I'm in my 50s now. This was when I was in my 30s. Yeah, I think it's great to know. It's one of those. It's one of those professions where you're always going to need nurses and doctors and truck drivers. You know what I mean? Because stuff has to get to the store. So I think truck driving was one of the best things I ever did. I was amazed once I got my Class A license. I went on like one of those job boards and put my information. I had like 10 calls the first day with no experience. So it's definitely a high demand job. So looks like we're coming up on that hour mark. I think I'm going to get ready to wrap up here, guys. It's been a great live. I appreciate everybody's comments and everything. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. Also, do me a favor and hit that like button while you're in here, if you would. I really appreciate that. And yeah, like Jim Foley said, God bless everybody. Like, I really appreciate everybody's participation. This was a good one tonight. So I appreciate you all. Just remember, you got to work on building that foundation, and don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing.